It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Jim. This is the More Sunshine, Please Tuesday evening live stream. How are you? Coming up on the show, we're going to play some games. Got a top 15 list. A little bit of chit-chat. But before we do any of that, I'd like to celebrate the first 3 people that find their way into this chat. So, you'll forgive me. I forgot to get my keyboard. Hang on, I can't let you see this. Just realized I wasn't ready. Now I'm ready. Okay. Is that super loud to anybody else? Just me? Let's see. Thanks for being here, everybody. Now, your chat may differ from mine, but according to my screen, today's gold medalist, Noah! Hello, Noah. Our silver medal goes to Keith. Hello, Keith. And our bronze medalist, Francisco. Welcome in, everybody. And congratulations, you 3. Rob Fuzz is also here. There he is. What is he? Just one person away from greatness. No, you are all so great. They're just more great. Mar in Memphis, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Disney Nerd Herders, welcome in. Nerds! I couldn't find the button. There they are. Julie C., welcome in. Hello to you. Paul Eichenlaub, hello. Thanks for being here, everybody. What's this? Mar says, as a retired teacher, may I offer my deepest condolences to Jim for the passing away of his summer break. Yes, I have to report back to work tomorrow. That's all right. I could use the paycheck. Yeah, there's a balance there. Anyway, thank you, Mar. Yes, you get it. That's, there was a time, I don't know, 15 years ago, where we had 2 or 3 years where we actually had to report back in the month of July. And that was soul-crushing. And thankfully, they abandoned that. Just the fact that it's going to be just a day or two into August makes all the difference. So, yes, thank you for the well wishes and the condolences. And when I went to school, it was, up in Michigan, and we went back after Labor Day. Oh, well, they're right there. Yes, but not down here. Which is all right, because our school year ends in May, so it's pretty awesome. Here is Ben and Pepper Tree Villa. All of them, I got? Yeah. Hi, guys. Thanks for being here. Kay Wilby, hello to you. Always a pleasure. I think, am I caught up? I might be. And if I missed you, I'm sorry, but I'm not good at this. And I do, though, appreciate you being here. So keep chatting away, and hopefully I'll catch you. All right, back to this. So, yes, so my summer break is about 2 months long, which is great. Not everybody gets that. Kathy Hollister, welcome in. Dreamer Deborah is also here. Hello to you. I hope you're well. Just lamenting the fact that I have to go back to work tomorrow, which is fine. The students don't report back for another 9 days. So, hey, if I can go back to work and there are no students, sign me up every day of the year. I guess that goes against everything I signed up for, but yeah, you get it. You get it. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So life's awful. No, I'm kidding. Life is great. And like I said, it'll be, because I chose not to get paid in the summer. I only get the paycheck during the months of which I work. So, you throughout the school year, you plan accordingly, and then you save up for the summer, which is what we do. And, but it'll be nice to start earning again. So there's that. Yeah. What are you going to do? I had some neighborhood wilderness I was planning on showing you this week. And it's something I've had for a while. Then I realized I haven't edited it together, so I do not have that. R. John's welcome in from Busch Stadium. Wow. What are you doing there? Very cool. Well, enjoy yourself. I hope it's an enjoyable reason why you're there. Thanks for popping into the chat. Well, anyway, so I've been, you would think during the summer I would be less busy in life in general, and that would I would be able to devote more time to this live stream. As it turns out, my summer gets more booked. Even though I'm not working, I do more. Among other things, every doctor's appointment that I need to make, I do in the summer. We do our traveling in the summer. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens in the summer that doesn't happen during the work year. So consequently, I don't have anything special going on today as summer wraps up. And perhaps if you've seen my show lately, you'll realize Jim he's calling it in. Not totally true, but a little bit true. But so I don't have I don't have coffee, I don't have anything to eat, which is fine. Excuse me. But and my wilderness, I thought I had one ready to go. Turns out I didn't. So, but I'll have that come out. I actually recorded some cool footage for an additional neighborhood wildlife segment, which is pretty neat. And I might save it for Halloween time, if that gives you any clue what was in our neighborhood today. Maybe not. But it's not a black cat. But I'll probably show it sooner than that. What else is going on? I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I thought we would just play some games, because that's what I do when I don't prepare anything else. But I love playing games. I love the games that we play. Chrono Photo and Framed, and this one. Okay. I like to play. The only time I play Wordle anymore is on Tuesday evenings during my live stream. So, here we go. I was going to start with the word stream, then I just now realized that's way too long. But Steam will work. There we go. Enter. T and an E. All right. What if we start out the next word with a T and an E? I don't know. Why do I do it like this? Sure. I don't. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, I've already used it. That's okay. That's all right. I don't care. I just want to do it kind of quickly. Valet. Okay, so we're narrowing down the letters that we have where they go. So what if I go T? Oh, timely. I've used an M already. Okay, never mind. T U. Tulip. No, I already used an L. I don't care anymore. Okay, so I know where the T is. Maybe E's the last letter. That's not a word, is it? It is. Okay. So the E must be the second letter. All right, so I was onto something earlier. T, yeah, trode. T-E, but I don't have any other letters. T-E. Teach? I've used an A already. I don't care. Okay, okay. I can work with this. T. E. Teeth. 10th! I was so close. Oh, well. Okay. But that's still fun. If I gave it more time, perhaps I would have gotten it. Who am I kidding? I lost. Just face that fact, Jim. All right. What's next? Let's go to Framed. I don't have a intro for that, but I still like playing it. Framed gives us a frame from a movie, and we have to guess from which movie that frame comes from. And if we don't guess correctly, it gives us another frame to help us out. Oh, well. As I return to the chat. Surfbum, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Jonathan Chong, hello to you. All right. And if I haven't said hello to you, but you're in the chat, hello. Or maybe you're just watching. Hi. Okay, what am I doing? All right. Yeah, framed. That's right. Let's share the screen here. Now, I've seen this frame because I anticipated playing, and the first frame comes right up. So here it is. What we see is something that looks like it's covered in frost. Some cartridges or containers with barcodes. And above the barcodes, on the top there, it says SARS, and the bottom one says H1N1. These are viruses, so this is perhaps some sort of pandemic movie or contagion or outbreak, like something like that. I haven't seen any of those movies, so I don't really know. Disney Nerd Herders say Contagion, and I thought that was the name of a movie. And yes, it's in the database. It's there. And we got it. Actually, Charlie got it. And or Stacy. Well done. I have never seen it, though, although I thought it was the name of a movie. I don't know who's in it. I don't know who directed it. Don't remember when it came out. But if we were to continue on, these are the other frames it would give us. Can't really tell who that is. Is that Matt Damon? Maybe. They're not letting people into Wisconsin. Interesting. Or out of Wisconsin, perhaps. Hey, it is Matt Damon. And Kate Winslet. and Lawrence Fishburne, and somebody else. Is that Laura Linney? I can't tell. Anyway, there it is. There was framed for today. 2 quick games. One that doesn't let us off the hook so easily is Chronophoto. So if you're interested, and I know I am, let's play Chronophoto. Okay, if you're not familiar, Chronophoto is a game that shows us pictures, much like Framed. Shows us 5 pictures, and for each picture we have to guess in what year the picture was taken, or in which year the picture was taken. And we can earn up to 1,000 points per picture. The closer we are to the actual year, the more points we get. At the bottom of this screen is a slider, and that's how we make our selection. We can go, the first year that we can guess is 1900. And the most recent year that it allows us to guess is last year, 2022. So here is the picture surrounded by a bunch of ads. There's nothing I can do about that. And I'm going to rely heavily on you guys for help. Although, there, I can make it a little bit bigger. And I can zoom in while I play. So, there we go. There's the whole picture. Now it's black and white. 3 ladies, 2 sitting on a park bench. They're exchanging something. Maybe the lady that's standing up is selling something to park patrons. Looks like they're in a park. They're wearing berets, it looks like. Doesn't, I guess, location. I guess it could help. It's not helping me right now. I rely on the fashions of the day to kind of inform me of what year we're looking at. Although I don't know. The lady that's standing looks like a vagabond or a gypsy, perhaps. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I will kind of rely on the chat, and here we go. Oh, Mom and Dad, hello. Movie Mania Nick, welcome in. Well, we'll be talking movies during my top 15 list. Okay, here we go. PTV says 1949, because there was a question mark. Nick says 43. Paul says 48. Noah says 42, so early 40s. Let's see. Marlene, welcome in. 1945. Nerdherders say 46. Birdwell, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Kathy says, I'm terrible at this, but it doesn't stop me from guessing. I think we're all in that same boat. You're not terrible at this. 1957 is your guess, as valid as any. Surf Bum says 53. Jonathan Chong says 41. If I were to, like, our guesses range from early 40s to early 50s. So my family says 48. I was thinking somewhere like that, 46 through 48, just because that seems to be the mid-range of all our guesses. So I'm going to say 46, 1946, and I don't really have a better guess. And here we go. Survey says 49. Anybody have that? As I look back, a couple of 40. Oh, PTV, the very first guess said 49. Well done. I guessed 46. That earned us 777 out of a possible 1,000 points. All right. But everybody was in the ballpark there, right? Okay, waiting for this next picture to pop up. This appears to be in Asia. We look at the cars to help give us a clue. Even on a license plate, I can't tell if there's a year on there. But the model of automobiles, all these cars are kind of boxy. Could be 1980s. Initially, when I saw this picture, I'm thinking, oh, this was taken with a smartphone. It's in portrait aspect ratio, but everything else in the picture tells me something else. This was taken seemingly before smartphones, but I don't know. I'm making guesses here. As I look at the buildings, that I don't get any great clues myself. I don't know what language this is necessarily. Is it Chinese? I don't know. I don't know for sure. It says Yamayo on the side of this van, but that doesn't tell me anything. Everybody in the picture is dressed like Dwight Schrute. I'm guessing 80s at some time. That's my initial guess, but I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else says. And I return to the chat. Hey, the Orlando guy's here. Welcome in. Yes, it's the picture game again. I like the picture game, Richard. Okay. Who says 1980? Marlene says 72. Noah says 75. 79 from Paul. Early 70s. 83, 83. That's kind of where I was leaning. PTV says 81. Nick says 78. Nerd Herder's 82. Keith says a general 70s or 80s. Indeed, that's where I'm leaning. Is this Japan? Okay. It's Tokyo? Thank you, Keith. Kathy says 81. My family says 82. What did Pepper Tree Villa say? 81. All right, you've earned it. 1981 is our guess. Survey says 85. We were in the ballpark again. What did we get? 708 points. We're all right. We're all right. This is a hard game at times. Let's move on. But we're doing all right. And we're having fun. Who cares? Okay, next picture. Picture 3 of 5. Another black and white picture. No automobiles. We have horse-drawn buggies, carriages, wagons with soldiers. Here we go. World War I, I'm guessing. But I'm just guessing. Where is this? Why would this be World War I? I don't know. Lots of horses. Don't let the ads on the sides throw you. Because I was about to guess 2023, and I realized that's a Mazda ad. Okay, I don't know. My initial guess before I turn to the chat would be 1918. But this could be World War II. I do not know. You know, this could be a remote area of Italy or Kansas. I don't know where it is. Let's see what the chat says. All right. Okay, here we go. Noah says 1917. Jonathan Chong, 1918. Orlando guy says 1875. That's before we can guess. So the earliest we can guess is 1900, but thanks for playing. Paul Eichenlaub says 1912. Movie Mania Nick says 1907. Surf Bum 1898. Again, a bit too early for the game. 1912 from PTV. 1915 from the Disney Nerd Herders. Ben says 1914. Marlene 1918. Let's see. Maybe it's earlier than I thought. Got some 19-aught year guesses in there. Okay, Richard's back with 1917. Dean, welcome in. Dean of The Live Place and theliveplace.com says, welcome, Dean. It says 1908. My family says 1909. Movie Mania Nick asks, is that Doc Brown? Could be. I'm going to say 1910. Why? Because nobody guessed that. And it could be. Who knows? Survey says 1916. So my initial guess of 1918 was a bit closer. I earned 575 points for us, giving us a total so far of 2,060 points. Next, picture 4 of 5. Waiting. If you're just joining us, welcome in. We're playing Chrono Photo, which you can play anytime you want. It's a web page. chronophoto.app, app/game.html. Where is the picture? Stop making me fill time with words. It's got to be coming, right? There it is. Oh, thank you. All right. Heavy machinery. Is there a license plate that not that we can see? So it's can't get it through that. What are people wearing? This is I don't know. What does this say over here? The picture, I'm zooming in and it's retaining great resolution. So that tells me it was taken recently. We have a Bud Light ad on the Spirits in Things sign over here. Perhaps people familiar with heavy machinery knows what I'm looking at. Because I don't, not really. These are earth movers of some sort. And it's a big deal in this town because everybody is gathered. All right. I don't know if this guy's trying for a mullet. How about this this guy here? Nothing really. I don't know if there's anything else here that gives us a more definite idea. So I turn to the chat. And Ben says 1982. Well, certainly the people of this town dress as if it were 1982. Or maybe that's for the previous picture. Let's see. Noah says 2007. Paul says 96. Nick says 2010. My family says 2018. Ben says post 2000. Okay, we're getting there. Nerd Herders say 2012. Dean says 2002. Marlene, 2005. PTV says 2014. Keith says one of the bulldozers looks like it's armor. Okay. Richard says 98. Ben, 2007. Okay. The only thing that, and I go back to the Bud Light ad over here, and Bud Light has gone through a number of iterations of their logo, and I'm not a student of Bud Light logos, but when was this their logo? Now? Is it their logo now? And if so, for how long? I don't know any of these. I'm just throwing words out there. I don't know. I looked at the chat. You know what? Nick said 2010. I'm going to go 2010. Here we go. Picture number 4. 2004. Okay. Anybody guess that? 2004? I don't remember. I don't think so. Marlene said 2005. Okay, whatever you guess next, Marlene, is what we're going with. I don't have to do that, but let's see our final picture. This was tough this week. I hate this game. Not really. Okay, I think we've had this picture before. This is, so I don't have to spend much time on this, but this was the election of 1944, was it not? And Truman was expected to lose, and then he was on the road and he came across this newspaper headline. I'm thinking and I'm hoping to guess this was... wait a minute. No. It wasn't 44. Was it 48? Yes. He wasn't... he took office when FDR passed away. In 45? So this would be the election of 48. And as I look at the newspaper, that's the date on... No, I'm kidding. I can't see that. But everybody else is saying 48. Thank you for setting me straight. I almost made an error there. 1948. And exactly right. I think we've had that one before. Which we needed that. We needed that help. 3,635 points out of a possible 5,000 today. This was rough today. Oh, thank you, Richard. November 3rd, 1948. All right. Let's take a break, an intermission, if you will. And we'll come back with a movie-themed top 15 list. Thank you for being here.
Pizza!
Pizza!
Pizza, pizza, pizza. Everybody loves pizza, and we're now featuring the famous original Tolona pizza. Only the finest and purest ingredients go into the original Tolona pizza, made fresh to your order. And into the oven it goes. Presto, a luscious, hot, crispy pizza. We're now featuring... Hey, wait a minute. Give me another pizza. That's better. Now, as I was saying... We now have delicious, crispy Tolona pizza at the refreshment stand. What do you have? Cheese, sausage, or pepperoni? Take it away!
All right. I wasn't here last week, but the previous live stream I did, I counted down the top 15 TV shows I've watched so far in 2023. And now it's time for the movies I've watched this year. Now, granted, not every movie I've seen this year was released this year. Most weren't, actually. But they're the ones I watched this year. So what were the top movies? I've watched 17, or... Actually, I've watched 16 completely, and there's one I bailed on. And I can't even remember the name of the one I bailed on. It would be... last place, however long my list was. It was called... the one that would never make this list is called You People, which starred Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And it was supposed to be a comedy, and we bailed on it. We said, no, we're not watching any more of this. It was full... What I remember of it was full of cringe moments, just uncomfortable, and that's where the humor was supposed to come from, but it wasn't good. It wasn't a great movie. Anyway, let's be more positive. These are the best. I've only seen 16 other ones. So there's one I saw that didn't make this list. Just get to it, Jim. All right. Number 15 is a movie called Whiplash, which is director Damien Chazelle's debut movie, directorial debut. It stars J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller. Do I have a picture? Yeah, there it is. J.K. Simmons won an Academy Award for his performance as a real, can I say it? A-hole music instructor. And people love this movie. I had a student last year that this was one of his favorite movies ever. The boy liked this movie a lot. And it was good. But it wasn't. I thought it was going to be better, frankly. That's why it's number 15 on this list. I didn't love watching how mean he was. I just didn't love it. But and at times, if I can remember correctly, I thought the writing was a little weak, but the performances were great. And the Academy agreed with me. Speaking of the one movie that didn't make this list, which would be number 16, would be another Damien Chazelle movie, which I did not like, and it was called Babylon, and it was not great. It was self-indulgent. Anyway, I'm not talking about that one. What's next? Number 14. This is one called Triangle of Sadness. This was a foreign film. Oh, yeah, I've got a picture of it. A foreign film, but Woody Harrelson's in it, if that interests you. This is a dark comedy. It was pretty good. It was a satire on society. Without ruining it, and without me looking up what it's totally about, because I can't remember everything. It was a while ago. But I think this may have been up for Best Foreign Language Film at the Academy Awards this past year. And there were some cool directorial decisions in this. The performances were good. If you don't mind subtitles and you like things that are funny but not ha-ha funny, I guess, Triangle of Sadness is for you. Anyway. Yeah, again, I didn't write anything down. Like, I could have looked up these movies again to tell you more about it, because I don't remember much. But I do remember this is about right on the list. Number 14. They're just getting better. Number 13 is a movie called Reality, and this was on Max. And I believe it was just I don't believe this was released in theaters. This is a movie based on a true story about, what was her name? Reality Winter, who had a job where she had security clearance. It's based on a true story. And she stole a document, and she got like 5 years in prison for it. And what was really interesting about this movie, and you may recognize the actress from White Lotus, among other things. I only recognize her from White Lotus, but she plays Reality in it. That's the first name of the main character. And let's see. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. The dialogue from this movie, I believe, was completely taken from FBI transcripts of their raid of her house. I think that's true. So every bit of dialogue in the movie was taken straight from the body cams and surveillance from when they raided her house, and it was less of a raid than a. Can we come in and look? Sure, stuff like that. It was interesting. It seemed to take place in real time. Like if the movie was an hour and a half long, it took place over the span of an hour and a half, or most of it seemed that way. There was the stealing of the document, and then the rest of the movie was when the FBI greeted her at her home. So it was interesting. It's on Max if you're curious. 5 years for a stolen document. Imagine. Oh well. Number 12. This is a movie called The Pale Blue Eye. And this was interesting. And when I was putting this list together this afternoon, I didn't put much thought into it. But I thought, oh, yeah. This could have been much higher, actually. But I forgot what it was about until I got back home and realized, oh, it's that movie. So it stars Christian Bale. And he is, if I remember correctly, he is some sort of military investigator. And this takes place late 1800s. I don't remember. Anyway, what's interesting about this movie is there's a murder or a death on an army barracks. And a hanging. So they didn't know if it was a suicide or a murder. And one of the cadets at this army barracks is a young Edgar Allan Poe. And the actor that plays Edgar Allan Poe is the kid that plays Longbottom. I forget his first name, from the Harry Potter movies. Nigel Longbottom? I don't remember his name, but it's that kid. And he's a bit older now, but he did a really good job as a young Edgar Allan Poe. And Christian Bale is the investigator. I think I'm right about this. And it's the movie is about the investigator getting help from Edgar Allan Poe. Neville, what did I say? Nigel? Thank you, Mar. Neville Longbottom. Yeah, that kid. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. Anyway, The Pale Blue Eye was pretty good. A murder mystery of sorts. And it's, it takes place in, I think, Maryland. Annapolis? Was it Annapolis? No, I don't think so. I don't think it was naval. It doesn't matter. It was military. Okay, yeah, there's that. All right, I'm back. And that was from last year. Number 11 on my list, Bullet Train. The Pale Blue Eye should have been ahead of Bullet Train. But Bullet Train, it's a different type of movie altogether. Was entertaining. It's flashy, action-packed, stars Brad Pitt and the rest of the people on this screen here. And if I remember, he was a hitman of some sort, and there are other hitmen, and they're looking to hit each other or something. And then there's some other deaths that go on, and everything takes place on this bullet train. So, again, I'm sorry, I don't remember too much more about that movie, but there were laughs in it, and the action was pretty good. So yeah, Bullet Train, and that's from last year. Yeah, 2012. Neville Longbottom. That's right. Nick said Bullet Train was an interesting but good film. Yeah, agreed. Same thing. Interesting. Not the best movie I've ever seen, but it was all right. It was all right. Next, number 10. Oh, you know what? If people are just joining us, and nobody is, but I'll put that up there so people know what we're doing. All right, number 10 on my list of the movies I've seen within this past year is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which is the sequel to the original Black Panther movie, and it was interesting. I'm a big Marvel fan. That's my thing, more so than Star Wars more so than anything else Disney, frankly. I have loved the Marvel movies, and this just continued on with more great Marvel movies. And I saw it a long time ago now. I don't remember. Wait a minute. I saw this back in March, and I didn't write anything down, but I remember there was a new batch of villains, and they were cool, and they're from the water, and they had a difficult task making a sequel without Chadwick Boseman and the Black Panther character, and I don't want to say too much more about it in case you want to see it, but yeah, made number 9 on my list on my hastily crafted list. Number 10, actually, not 9. Number 9 was a movie we just saw this week, Barbie, the Barbie movie. I didn't know what to expect. It was okay. The movie was okay. Although the buzz about it, I was hoping for more. But here are my thoughts about the movie. It's not a kids movie. It's a PG-13 movie. Although there isn't much that's objectionable. There was one curse word that was actually bleeped out, but that was part of the joke in the movie. There isn't really sex in the movie. There's a reference to a couple of body parts, but as a matter of fact thing and not in a sexual way. So, it's whatever you've heard about this movie. I won't talk about that again, but here's what I did think. My wife and I saw it, and we came to the conclusion that it was unfocused. There were, if you asked me, what's the one word that what was this movie about? I couldn't break it down to just one word. Because there were parts, it was about nostalgia, certainly, which was part of the humor in it, and there were laughs in this movie. It was about gender roles. It was about feminism. It was about a number of other things. So this movie tried to be everything, and people love this movie. Don't get me wrong; they love it more than I do, and it was okay. But I just thought, as a script, it was a bit unfocused. They tried to cover too much area, in my humble opinion. D&G Explorers, welcome in. But it was pretty good. Again, it was bright and colorful. We didn't know about the people dressing up in pink to go see it. I didn't know that was a thing, but when we went to see it, it seemed like 65-70% of the movie-going audience was dressed in pink. I didn't know that was a thing they were doing. So we didn't do it. Anyway, Barbie. Let's move on. Number 8. This is a movie from 2011 called Goon, and this is a movie I would see on our on the Netflix For You page, or whatever that's called. It stars Sean William Scott, Liev Schreiber, and Jay Baruchel. I think he wrote the movie as well. That's him on the very right. From Canada. It's about hockey, and it's a comedy with heart, and it's about Sean William Scott's character, who, excuse me, not much of a hockey player, but he can fight, and Liev Schreiber plays the old guy in the league who's about ready to retire, but he has been the big tough guy in the league for a long time, and it's sort of a changing of the guard, and they have a big face-off at the end of no pun intended. No, actually, pun intended. They have a face-off at the end of the movie. It's kind of the climax, and but it's funny, and he's not just a dummy, although he kind of is, but he has a heart of gold, and it's there were some good laughs in that movie too. And so we finally saw it. I would see it on Netflix, and I believe my wife started it, and I saw she was watching it, and I sat down and watched it with her, and it was good. I liked it better than Barbie, apparently. Okay. Number 7 on my list of the movies I've watched this year is a movie from 2021 with a horrible name, but it was a good movie. This one was called Operation Mincemeat. Let's get it on here. Here it is. Okay, it's Mr. Darcy. Can't remember. I've got to look this up. This deserves more than I think it's about this. Let me look it up. Colin Firth. I couldn't think of his name. What are you guys looking at? Okay, you're looking at that. Let me read you what's on the IMDb page really quick. Oh, it's really quick. During World War II, 2 intelligence officers use a corpse and false papers to outwit German troops. Directed by John Madden. Not that John Madden. Anyway, Operation Mincemeat is the name of the operation, and it was a British intelligence operation. I don't know if I should. Well, I'm not spoiling anything. This is what they did in the movie, and it's historical, so you could look it up. But what they did in order to throw the Germans off of where the British would attack, they hid some phony top secret papers in the body of a corpse that they had planned to have washed up on a beach, I think in France, and with the intention of having the Germans find it and then seeing those top secret papers and then having the Germans think they had some inside intel. And that was the operation. And it was very interesting. The whole movie is about what they went through to get that to work, and the level of detail that went into all of that. So Colin Firth was in it, and others. Who else? Kelly MacDonald, Matthew McFadden. Who else? Nobody else I recognize. I don't remember, but it was Jason Isaacs. He was speaking of Harry Potter. He was the mean the evil dad. Malfoy. Yeah, Mr. Malfoy. That's right. All right, let's move on. What time is it? 7:53. Okay. Can anybody tell me if Mouse Talk is going live at 8 p.m.? Let me know. Oh, D&G really liked the new Haunted Mansion. Good to know. I actually haven't heard much about that, but I was very interested. And Mr. Fulton Mraz, welcome in, celebrating your birthday. Happy birthday. Number 6 on my list is the only documentary, and the second of 2 baseball films. This is an Amazon original called Reggie, about Reggie Jackson. And, I grew up, Reggie Jackson was the biggest name in baseball at the time. Oh, there is no Desanity tonight. Thank you, Disney Nerd Herders. And Mr. Fulton Mraz. Lucius Malfoy. Thank you, Mar. Yes. Anyway, this documentary is about Reggie Jackson's ascent in Major League Baseball, starting with his minor league career, starting out in the majors with Oakland, and then a short stint somewhere else, and then his giant fame in New York. But what was very interesting is he and his old teammates from Oakland got together, and they were being interviewed. And Ben, if you're a big fan, and I think you might be, you might find this enjoyable. But it's also about Reggie's experiences with racism, and he wasn't immune to that. And it was enjoyable, and I like this movie very much. That's why it's number 6 on my list. All right, moving on. and the only documentary. Number 5, Everything Everywhere All at Once, this year's Academy Award-winning picture, directed by the Daniels, 2 guys named Daniel. They call themselves the Daniels. And everybody just about that starred in the movie won an Academy Award as well. This movie, it was good. It was enjoyable. Very interesting. Tons of editing. There's a lot of effects in here. Costuming was awesome. It reminded me a bit of The Matrix. But there were laughs in this movie. It's about family, about the choices we make, stuff like that, I guess. Again, it was a while ago. But it was enjoyable. It's number, 5 on my list. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Michelle Yeoh is the main star of that movie, and she won Academy Award for Best Actress. Number 4. This is the most recent movie we watched. We saw this just a few days ago. This is called The Beanie Bubble, and what is it? Where did we watch this? Is this Netflix? I don't remember. Anyway, you guys remember the Beanie Baby craze of the late 90s? This is a movie, not a documentary, but it's all about this. It stars Zach Galifianakis as Ty Warner, the one of the co-creators of the Ty stuffed animal company, and Elizabeth Banks as his co-creator, and those other 2 actresses there. I don't remember their names, although I should. They were all very good. The movie was funny. Zach Galifianakis is funny without, I think, with probably staying true to the character, and he wasn't the usual Zach Galifianakis that you've seen before. Oh, it's on Apple TV Plus. Thank you, Noah. But it's about, as you can imagine, the rise and fall of Ty, the company that made Beanie Babies, and it's really more about the rise, with the eventual fall at the end that everybody knows. But it was fun to watch and be reminded of that craze that we were not immune to. I remember the height of that, and people were collecting them and spending big bucks on these Beanie Babies, and that's because they limited the release of a lot of their dolls and or stuffed animals, plushes. And it was fun to see that again, be reminded of just how ridiculous all of that was. But it was this is based on a true story. I'm going to say based on a true story because I don't know how true it is, but I have a feeling most of it's true or true enough. And the movie is kind of told through the point of view of the 3 women that you see there. One his business partner, one an employee, and one his eventual wife. So, yeah, the Beanie Bubble was pretty good. It made number 4 on our list. Number 3, Amsterdam. This was a really good movie, and I think the first movie we saw in 2023, back early January. This is a movie from David O. Russell. You may remember from Silver Linings Playbook and others. This starred another Christian Bale movie. How about that? Margot Robbie, John David Washington. Takes place in the 1930s. Part of it is based on a true story. Back to IMDb really quick. In the 1930s, 3 friends witness a murder, are framed for it, and uncover one of the most outrageous plots in American history. The movie also stars Robert De Niro. Anya Taylor-Joy is in this. Chris Rock is in it. Michael Shannon. Mike Myers is in this. Timothy Oliphant. Taylor Swift is in it. Zoe Saldana is in it. Rami Malek. And as I said, Robert De Niro. Reading the synopsis of the movie, where it says three friends witness a murder or frame for it and uncover one of the most outrageous plots in American history. The outrageous plot in American history is the true part. The murder, I think that was, like in the movie Titanic, where there probably wasn't a Jack and a Rose, but that love story helped propel the real, tragic story that happened. Well, this isn't a tragic story, but it's a very interesting American history story. Where am I? Okay, here we go. So, very entertaining, very well done. Acting was great. Writing and directing, top notch. David O. Russell's very good at directing movies and writing them, and the cast was a good team. All right, so we're at number 2, and it's this one. My wife is a really big fan of this movie. It's called Brian and Charles. It's a British film. It's a comedy. It is so charming and adorable. And if you're not familiar with it, I think we saw it on Netflix. I got to look it up again. This deserves a proper explanation. It's from 2022. It's an hour and a half long. Here we go. All right. After a particularly harsh winter, Brian goes into a deep depression. Completely isolated and with no one to talk to, Brian does what any sane person would do when faced with such a melancholic situation. He builds a robot. And if I remember correctly, and I think I do, this is set up like The Office or Parks and Recreation, where they'll talk right to the camera. So it's made like a quasi-documentary, a phony documentary about Brian, who is the guy sitting down, and the robot, which is ridiculous looking, but I think he makes it out of a clothes washer and a mannequin head that he had lying around or whatever, but he gets it to work, and it's his buddy. Ryan, welcome in. Season's greetings to you. Thanks for being here. I'm just telling everybody about the top movies I saw this year, and Brian and Charles is a funny, uniquely British, not really a documentary, but very funny and very charming and sweet, and the guy that I don't know anybody in the movie. I don't recognize any names. Let me go back to the IMDb page. David Earl stars as Brian, and these guys may be big in the UK, but I'm not familiar with them. The guy that does the voice of the robot is Chris Hayward. Louise Brealey plays a character named Hazel. I don't recognize any of these other names. But if you are a fan of British movies or TV shows, maybe you would know these people. But, yeah, Brian and Charles, number 2 on my list. It was a hit in this house. So what's number 1? What's my favorite movie that I've seen so far this year? Not necessarily that was released this year, but just of the movies I've seen this year. Which one did I like the most? And I had mentioned before that I'm a big Marvel fan. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is my choice for my favorite movie that I've seen this year. It's funny, as you know. It's got action. James Gunn knows what he's doing with this franchise. I think this is the last iteration of these Guardians. We get Rocket's backstory, but it's funny, as you would expect these Guardians of the Galaxy's movies to be. The soundtrack, if you're a fan of the soundtrack of the other two movies, you'll like this one as well. It even updates the music. There's a lot of music from the 90s and after in this one. But it's good, and you know about this. I don't have to explain it too much. But yeah, those were my top movies this year. So thanks for indulging me. All right, everybody. It's 8:05, and it's time for me to go get a drink of water. I'm parched. Thanks for being here, as always. I'll be back next week. Oddly enough, I'll be going back to work, yet I feel like my live stream will be, I'll be more prepared. It's funny how that works. No promises, though, so if it's a lame show, I'm warning you right now. Anyway. That's that, everybody. Thank you for being here and hanging out. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll see you next week. Good night.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.